Quick review 1.1 Lines in the Plane, second day. Objectives are students will be able to write linear equations given 2 points. Students will be able to use slope to identify and write equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Quick review 1.1 Lines in the Plane, second day. Objectives are students will be able to write linear equations given 2 points. Students will be able to use slope to identify and write equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, so let's get started. So we're given two ordered pairs, -2, 0 and 3, 5, and we're asked to write a linear equation in slope-intercept form. We're going to start with point-slope form, but before we even start with point-slope form, we need some information. We need the slope, and we need to choose one of these two ordered pairs as our x1 and y1. Let's go ahead and choose this one. So x1 is -2, y1 is 0. That's going to make our calculations easier. The slope is your rise over run, difference of y over difference of x. So I'll do the calculation down here. So it'll be 5 take away 0, 3 take away a -2, and that becomes 5 over 5, which is 1. Now we're ready to go ahead and put in these set of numbers into our point slope form. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And then we simplify this and solve for y. Y take away 0 is just y. 1 we don't really have to distribute because 1 times anything is itself. Negative is a positive, so x plus 2. And so this is our equation of the line that goes through these 2 points in slope-intercept form. Now we're looking at parallel. So similar idea. We still need our slope, our x1, y1, and in this case you're given the point, so you don't have much of a choice. So we have to have -2/3 for our x1, 7/8 for our y1, but we're missing our slope. So which means we need to find the slope from here, and we know that parallel lines have the same slope. So let's go ahead and solve for y. So I'm going to rewrite that equation. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So you have 4y equals -3x plus 7, or almost there. Divide everybody by 4. So y equals -3/4 x plus 7/4. And we know now the slope of this line is -3/4. The slope of our new line, which is parallel, is also going to be -3/4. Starting with point slope form again, y minus y1, which is 7/8, equals m, which is -3/4, x minus x1. Be really careful of your signs and don't lose any negatives. And now we go through and simplify. Okay, so if you have a calculator, of course, that's going to make it a lot easier, especially with the fractions. So we're going to distribute. I'm also going to change this, subtract a negative into a positive at the same time. So I have -3/4 x. Negative positive is a negative. I'm going to multiply. So I can see that I can cross cancel. So 2 goes into 2 once, 4 twice. This 3 and this 3 will cancel. And I'm left with 1/2, or a half. Almost there. We got to move this -7/8 over, and it's going to turn to plus 7/8. Got to find a common denominator, so that's 8. So I got to multiply this by 4, and then we've got our answer. We have -4 plus 7 is 3 and 8. So this equation represents a line that is parallel to my original equation. That's what we just found. Next one. There we go. Okay, so now we're talking about perpendicular. So when two lines are perpendicular, their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. Okay, so we start out very similarly. We're already given a point, so negative 2, 1. Negative 2 is my x1, 1 is my y1. Again, I need to find the slope, so I can take the negative reciprocal. So I'm going to take this equation that I'm given, which is the slope of the existing line, and solve for y. So 4x minus 2y equals 3. Solving for y, take this 4x, move it over to the other side, so you have negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 3. Divide everybody by negative 2. Don't forget the negative. Small mistake that everybody tends to make. Then I get y equals 2x minus 3 over 2. So I know the slope of this line that I'm given is now 2. Well, I want a perpendicular. It's critical for you to read that word. So I'm going to take the negative reciprocal. So this is positive, make it the opposite sign, and take the reciprocal. So now this is the slope that I'm going to use. So now I'll start with point slope form. Y minus y1 equals, the m is negative 1/2, x minus x1, again x minus a negative 2, and then you simplify and put in a slope-intercept form. Let's go ahead and do that. Y minus 1 I'm going to carry down. Again, I have a negative, I subtract a negative, so I'm going to change that to a plus, and then I'm going to distribute that negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 x, negative positive negative, half of 2 is 1. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. That's going to become 0. So then this becomes the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this equation and goes through this point. Okay, that was quick review for 1.1, day 2.